Welcome to the park. Life here is simple. Dogs trade in sticks. Sticks are money, and if you want a shiny new bone, it'll cost you exactly 1 stick. Now, bones are actually useful. Dogs physically chew them, they keep teeth clean, and they're just plain enjoyable to gnaw on during a sunny afternoon. That's the whole system. Then the local bone shop puts up a little sign that says, "Bones getting harder to find." One dog sees this, let's call him Rex, and decides to grab 5 bones instead of just 1. Grabbing a few extra items because you think they might run out tomorrow makes sense. That is just smart planning and totally normal economic behavior. Nothing weird is happening yet. But other dogs notice Rex walking away with 5 bones. Instead of thinking he's just stocking up, they assume he knows a secret. They think he must be some kind of financial genius. So those dogs go buy extra bones too. With everyone buying at once, the shopkeeper raises the price. A bone now costs 2 sticks. This chart shows exactly where things change. Before, a dog buys a bone to chew it. Now, dogs buy bones, hold on to them, and wait to sell them to someone else for even more sticks. The bone is no longer food, it is an investment. When people stop buying something to use it and only buy it to sell it later, that is the exact moment a bubble begins. Soon, the price hits 10 sticks, then 20. The Dog News Network runs wall-to-wall coverage about bone scarcity, and social media is filled with posts about getting rich off bones. Regular dogs, who have 0 experience doing anything besides fetching, are suddenly retiring at age 4, simply because they are holding on to a pile of bones. The frenzy reaches a point where dogs are going to the bank to take out loans to buy bones they haven't even physically seen yet. When you are inside of this loop, it feels perfectly logical. Everyone around you agrees the price will keep going up. That shared belief completely hides the fact that a bone is still just a piece of calcium you chew on. Taking out those loans introduces something called leverage. Leverage is simply borrowing someone else's money to try and multiply your own investment gains. Safely first, buy 100 sticks worth of bones. Market drops 10%. You lose 10 sticks. You survive. Now the right side. You have 10 sticks. Borrow 90. Market drops 10%. Bones equal 90 sticks. You owe the bank 90. You are wiped out. Banks see the prices rising and start handing out even more cheap loans. Dogs use that borrowed money to buy more bones, which pushes the prices even higher. Leverage turns a small market wiggle into a total disaster. When everyone borrows heavily, a tiny drop in price can collapse the entire system. The end always starts quietly. One hungry dog tries to sell a bone at the peak price of 100 sticks and realizes nobody is buying. To make a sale, they lower the price to 90. That single drop causes a panic. The banks demand their borrowed sticks back immediately. Everyone is forced to sell their bones at the exact same time to pay off their loans, and the price plummets to near 0. All those sticks didn't vanish into thin air, they just moved. The money went directly from dogs who borrowed heavily at the top into the pockets of dogs who bought early and sold first. The harsh truth is that every gain made at the peak is paid for by someone else's loss on the way down. You only win if you get out before everyone else realizes the real value hasn't changed. But we need to separate the hype from the actual idea. Massive financial manias often form around tools and technology that are genuinely useful. Think back to the internet boom of the late 90s. Investors lost trillions of dollars when the market crashed. The bubble was entirely in the inflated stock prices, not in the concept of the internet itself. The actual hardware and the network survived the crash. The underlying technology was incredibly useful, and people kept using it long after inflated prices collapsed. Today, we are seeing giant companies pour enormous amounts of money into artificial intelligence. Much of this cash is flowing because nobody wants to miss the next big thing, regardless of whether these machines are currently making a profit. This checklist helps spot when excitement turns dangerous. Look for when an item is no longer used for its actual purpose. Notice when prices detach from reality, when people with 0 background start making rapid wealth, and when borrowing to invest becomes celebrated. The next time everyone you know is rushing into the exact same investment, ask yourself this one question. Are you buying this because it is actually worth something, or simply because you hope someone else will pay you more for it tomorrow?